Well, I thought after yesterday's crazy reveals of all of the rest of the leaders that we would slow down a little bit in the rest of the week, but Bandai said no rest for you. We're going to reveal both secret rares as well as a whole bunch of SRs and a couple other cards. Really exciting stuff, and as the title says, the Navy certainly is back. So we're going to start off with this one. This is Peacock. She is a red, navy, and sword type on play. It's top 5 searcher for Navy other than herself, but she also has another effect. You can activate main, trash the Peacock, and give one of your characters 1000 power for this turn. And she still has counter. This is like power creep on searchers. Pretty interesting. I mean, the effect's not the craziest, but it is solid, and I'm kind of excited for power crept searchers. Do know, as well as Koby and of course Garp, you can play this in Smoker to search out the green Navy cards like the Smoker and the Tashigi. Not sure if you will. It's going to depend on what other red Navy stuff we get, but we could see Smoker transition to more of a Navy build, and sort of this hodgepodge of good green and red cards, which is quite exciting. And of course, in Koby and Garp, you can play this alongside both Brand New and Sengoku to have a ridiculous amount of Navy search. Next, we had the big man himself, Secret Koby. 8/9, no counter, Navy sword. On play, up to one of your characters can attack one of your opponent's active characters this turn. And do remember that with the Koby leader, he gains rush against characters, so you can he gets to attack characters, and you can use this effect to make him attack active characters, which is exceptional. An 8/9 rush attacking your opponent's active stuff, it's crazy. But wait, there's more. When attacking, you can return 2 cards from your trash to the bottom of your deck in any order. Give your leader or one of your characters 1000 power until the end of your opponent's next turn. So, once this guy comes down, he immediately can attack, and he can attack active, so even if your opponent doesn't have any rested characters, he still gets to do this when attacking on the turn that he comes down. And as long as he stays on the board, and you have 2 cards in your trash, which you're going to, you're black, this is a 6000 power leader perpetually. That's bananas. That is bananas, and this stacks. If you get 2 of these Kobys down, you're a 7000 power leader perpetually. Absolutely ridiculous. One thing to note is that you cannot protect your Koby with your Koby leader's second effect, because it has more than 7000 original power, of course. So that's a little bit of a shame, but you know, this card's crazy enough, he doesn't need protection. 8/9 is reasonably hard enough to remove anyway. Hard removal like Lucci is still going to be able to do it, but things that are sort of removing by battle are going to have a tough time with that 9000 power stat line. Except Shanks, I suppose. But either way, I think this card's great. I think outside of Koby, it's going to be a bit more limited because he won't gain that effect of being able to attack characters. You can still make something else able to attack active characters, but he himself can't attack characters to begin with, so I don't think this is going to work like that. Waiting on official translations, but I don't believe this would proc itself in another leader. Next up, we had the other secret rare, and this one might even be better. This is 8 cost, 8k, no counter, Monkey D. Luffy, blue, rush as standard, great for dealing with Blackbeard, well, great for dealing with anything, but rush in blue has been very absent. We have Usopp, and this is now the next blue rusher, and it's miles better than Usopp. This is a good card. When attacking, you can trash 1 card from your hand, bounce a 4, and then give a rested Don to your leader or a character. So, very worst case, he's an 8/9 with rush, bounces a 4. You do have to trash a card, which in a deck like blue-purple Luffy might hurt a little bit more, but in a deck like blue-yellow Nami or in Boa, this is great. I think Boa is going to be a very happy recipient of this card, because whilst he's not going to be searchable likely, you are going to trash 1, bounce a 4, that's going to proc your leader effect, so you're going to get that card back, and then you get to give a Don for fun. But I think this is going to be good in all of these. You can play it off of Sanji, and it doesn't minus you a Don, so you can use Gum Gum Giant on that turn and still be at 8 for your leader effect on the following turn. In Nami, you've just got a wealth of cards, so slowing your opponent down, probably attacking one of their characters, bouncing another, trashing 1 card, not the end of the world, and it gives a rested Don, so you fulfill that second condition, so you can go to 7 in your opponent's turn. And I also think potentially we could see this in Doflamingo. 8 plus 1 rested. Well, that means you can use your leader effect, because when we're at 10, you do 8 for him, give 1, you put 1 more on him, and then tap the last one for leader effect. I don't know if this is going to be the craziest, but Doflamingo's very much not had good top end for a long time, and Blue in general has. So I think this is a welcome addition, and don't be surprised if you see this in Doflamingo anytime soon. Next up, we've got Sanji. He is a 6/7 no counter, Straw Hat and Vinsmoke family. I don't think that's that relevant. I don't think I'm playing this in Reiju ever. But it's interesting to note. Really nice artwork here as well, with pudding in the background. Really cute. When this character is KO'd by an opponent's effect, look at the top 5 cards of your deck and play up to 1 character card with Straw Hat Crew and a cost of 5 or less on the field. Then place the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. Shame it doesn't let you stack, but maybe that's asking for too much. Either way, this is not colour locked. You can summon many things with this. You can summon Zorojuro, Sangoro in your blue-purple Luffy deck maybe. You can summon Nami in your blue-yellow Nami deck, and the same with Egghead Luffy. This actually gives blue some game into black, which I think is awesome. This reminds me a lot of the Zoro from Starter Deck 21, where when he dies, something else comes out. In his case, the thing that comes out is scarier. For this Sanji, the thing that comes out is probably going to be less scary, and it is only KO'd by an opponent's effect. So if they KO it by battle, you're not going to get this. But 7k stat line is reasonably hard to KO by battle, so, you know, it's pretty good. I do think this will see play in both the blue-yellow Nami and the blue-purple Luffy. Will it see play anywhere else? We'll just have to wait and see. I think it's going to depend how good the Straw Hat Crew package is overall, as to whether this creeps into decks like Boa. Oh yeah, he also has an on-play to bounce a 5k, which is just great. You can bounce a Jinbe, you can bounce an Egghead Nami. There's so many things you can bounce with this. Bounce a blocker. Even just in Nami, you can pick up your own 2k that you've stacked your life with, or pick up a Nojiko to use on the next turn. Really good card. Really impressed by this Sanji. But what if there was one more card that you could summon with Sanji? And here she is. This is Nami. She is Straw Hat Crew. 5/6, 1k. This is Blue's Queen clone. It's slightly different though. On play, it has a blocker, of course. If your leader is multicolored, draw 3, and then put 2 either on top or bottom of your deck. So, lets you stack for your Sanji, which is pretty cool. It does have to be multicolored, so we're not going to be seeing this in Boa. We're not going to be seeing this in Dofi. But honestly, I don't think we were going to anyway. I think this is very much a Straw Hat Crew themed card. And I think Blue-Purple Luffy and Blue-Yellow Nami are both likely to appreciate this. Blue-Purple letting you stack for your Sanji is really good. And then because then you could potentially do it on 9, right? If you drop this on 7, you're not going to get your leader effect, but you can put 2 cards on top. The first one's going to be the one you draw, and then the second one's going to be your Sanji target. So you can Sanji as soon as 9. Seems compelling. Blue-Yellow Nami as well. It's just more card draw, more cycle. Gets you the nice blocker. We know how good Queen is, and I see no reason why this will be any less popular. Also a slight nod, you can play this in Marco. I'm not sure you would. We already have quite a good bit of stacking. But you could play him in Marco. In terms of other cards, we got Jinbe. He is a 6/8 green card. No counter. Fishman, Fishman Island, and Sun Pirates types. Don't think we have any Sun Pirates synergy. That could be quite exciting. On play, if your leader has the Fishman or Merfolk type, you can rest to 5. And that's very similar to Fisher Tiger, who has on play, if your leader has the Fishman or Merfolk types, rest to 6. Then, Jinbe also has activate main once per turn up to one of your Fishman or Merfolk characters can attack the same turn they are played. And that's activate main. You can do that every single turn. That's not attacking characters, that's attacking anything. I really like the theming of this. Fisher Tiger has the same on play, and then his other effect is just that he can attack opposing characters on the turn that he's played. Jinbe giving that to your whole gang seems really cool, very on brand for these fishmen geezers. And it just means that on the turn he comes down, he's a 6/8, he rests a 5, and then has rush. You can either attack the character, you can attack the leader. Seems like this is going to be very useful into especially decks like Blackbeard, turning off your on plays. Sure, you're not going to get to rest the 5, but you're going to constantly get to give everything rush, which seems very obnoxious for Blackbeard to deal with. One of the best targets, I think, to receive this rush obviously after the jinbe turn. At the moment, it's going to be Arlong. He's nice. He just comes in, freezes a leader, or stops them from attacking anyway. And then if you can give a 4-6 rush, that's pretty good. I'd take a 4-6 with rush that freezes a leader. It seems pretty hot. This card's going to be great, obviously in jinbe. You can even restand him at the end of your turn with your jinbe's effect, or if you think he's got enough power to survive, which honestly he probably does at 8k, you can restand something else, whatever you attacked with, maybe a Fisher Tiger, maybe an Arlong. But I also think this is going to be very good in Arlong. It's quite exciting. We're getting more of a Fishman package for Arlong. Arlong's been a very generic green good stuff deck for a long time. And I think the one limiting factor on this is going to be that the next few Fishmen that we get need triggers. Otherwise, you're probably not playing them in Arlong. But the 4-cost Arlong is a great target, and he himself is a good target. If we get 1 or 2 trigger Fishmen, I think it could be really cool, really cool. I like when the decks have sort of an archetype they're built around, rather than just being generic good stuff. Also in Shirahoshi, and this alt art is, I don't know, it's quite suspicious. But either way, in Shirahoshi, this is going to give everything rush, which is great. Can't play him out with the leader effect because he's not a merfolk. Sorry, he's not a Sea King, or was it Megalo? But either way, presumably those cards are going to be either Fishman or merfolk. I hope they don't just create like 6 different types that all don't interact with each other for Shirahoshi. But either way, this could be good in Shirahoshi as well. Next up, we had King Neptune. He is a Fishman and Fishman Island type card. 5/7. On play, if your leader is Shirahoshi, you may turn the top card of your life face down. Draw 2, trash 1. Not bad. I'm not super enthused by this. You can't play it out with Shirahoshi's leader effect. You can play it out with this Shirahoshi's effect, and then this can let it attack immediately, which is decent, but I don't know, then this dies and you've gone down a card. But I guess at least this refills your hand, kind of. It's not bad. You're probably going to play this in Shirahoshi, but I don't think this is the card that's going to make the deck. Big Mum. This is one of the cards of all time. 10-12. If your leader has the Big Mum Pirates type, this game's rush. So you're going to play this in Katakuri maybe, as well as potentially in Pudding. On opponent's attack, once per turn, Don -5. Declare it cost. Reveal the top card of your opponent's deck. The revealed card has the same cost as the declared cost. Give one of your leaders 2,000 power for the turn. Man, Don -5! Oh, I mean, this effect's great, right? You get your Katakuri to 7k power for the turn, but like, Nami does that for 1 card. We have to do Don -5? Of course, this is guaranteed because of your Katakuri effect. You're going to know what's on the top of their deck. Like, man, we need some serious Don recovery if this is going to be viable. I hope they do, because a card like this seems very cool. A big 10-12 rush unit that's then going to protect your leader. Seems very fun, but man, Don -5? That's crazy. That's crazy. We also have the alt arts of all of the leaders, and can I say, these look stunning. I am a huge fan of these. Glad we've got away from the, was it OP10 style? Is it even a style, which is like a weird amalgamation of weird garbage? Back to these big heads, but these ones have so much personality. Nami looking very cheeky. Shirahoshi looking somewhat suggestive, which I'm not a huge fan of that. Koby looking absolutely fuming, which is very on character. Keeps getting beaten up by everybody. This jinbe is a little weird, but I don't mind it. The Katakuri is great. These veins on his head, he's concentrating so hard. Looks sick. And you can't beat the Luffy. The Gear 4, this is Snake Man, right? It's epic. I really like this card. I think my favourite of these, probably either the Koby or the Nami. But honestly, all of them look so much better than OP10. I'm just glad we're away from that. So, hope you enjoyed that. Just my first initial thoughts on all these new reveals. I've got to dash off to work quickly, otherwise I'd have put together some lists. Might put some together on the community posts later today. So if you want to see those, make sure you're subscribed. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know what combos I missed in the comments. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.